Wrong video. This is Game of Thrones for Dummies. Hello Internet, I'm Brandon Prosek, and this is Game of Thrones for Dummies, where we give you a snappy, snarky, rapid-fire recap of the latest episode of Game of Thrones. Can't believe I have to clarify this, but just for all you haters out there, this is purely for comedic purposes and not necessarily supposed to be extremely informative. As always, spoiler warning, just in case you didn't see the newest episode, which is Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 5, The Door. We kick things off north near the wall where Sansa Stark meets up with Littlefinger, where he's all like, "My bad, I did not mean to take you from one monster Joffrey to a new monster Ramsay. I'm sorry. We good now?" She's like, "No, you son of a bitch! Ramsay didn't have no little finger if his pants, if you know what I mean." Just after seasons of Bran trying to find a Stark, Sansa decides to send Bran away to Riverrun to ask her great uncle Blackfish Tully to join the battle. That's right, after all this time, Brienne finds a Stark and is being sent away. Fingers still crossed that Brienne and Tormund Gingerbeard get together. Still shipping it, folks. We jump across the narrow sea in Vios Dothrak, where Dany decides to have a little chat with her buddy Ser Jorah Friendzone. He admits to her, "Look girl, if it wasn't obvious enough the past 6 seasons, I love you." Ser Jorah Friendzone shows his arm to Dany. He's kind of like, "Hey, I kind of got the dragon version of chickenpox, so you might not want to touch me." Dany's like, "Look, I forgive you for all that, Jorah, but go take care of that. Get some ointment, something, because I can't get that." I just really want Jorah to get a kiss from Dany before he dies, because you know he's going to die this season. Jumping back on over to the Iron Islands, they decide to have their Ironborn version of an election. Thank God they don't have a Trump in Westeros, am I right? Oh wait, they did. Their Trump was Joffrey, and luckily he died in Season 4. High five, Internet. Trump. Anyway, during the election, Yara Greyjoy is like, "Hey, I should be your queen because, let's be honest, Theon has no dick." But Uncle Euron Greyjoy decides to show up and is like, "Look, I killed Balon, I'll admit it, but that's because, guys, you ain't been doing shit for years. We're gonna take those boats, we're gonna go across the narrow sea, we're gonna get the dragon lane and come back and do some shit. Am I right?" Euron Greyjoy is elected the King of the Iron Islands. While Euron Greyjoy is taking a bath in the ocean, Yara and Theon decide to do some Grand Theft Auto with some boats and hightail it out there and be like, "We bouncing." Jumping on over across the narrow sea to Bravos, where our favorite assassin in training gets punched some more. Arya has gotten the shit beaten out of her this season. Oh, and she has some new assignment where she has to kill someone in a play. Oh, and by the way, there's a close-up of a penis where a guy's complaining about having herpes. That's right, there's still herpes in Westeros, folks. Going on down a little bit to Meereen, where Varys and Tyrion meet up with a new Red Priestess, who is not Melisandre. Like, "Look guys, I know that Dany Targaryen is sort of like our Lord of Light Jesus figure." And Varys is kind of like, "Yeah, how can we trust you? Y'all thought that was Stannis." And she's like, "Hey, I know how that dude cut your penis." And Varys is like, "Okay, she's legit." Jumping up back north to Beyond the Wall, where Bran is in that tree, walking through some flashbacks again, which is not the Tower of Joy. Damn it! What's in the tower? This is where things get a little bit tricky. Bran goes into a flashback where he wargs into a young Hodor, who in the present time, Hodor is being warged into by Bran, where he's holding a door, and Mira Reed says over, "Hold the door, hold the door, hold the door," which all of a sudden translates into, "Hold the door, hold the door, hold the door, Hodor." And that's why young Hodor starts saying Hodor and not speaking anymore, which is really confusing. Does that mean time travel is an option? Because this is about to get some timey-wimey bullshit like Doctor Who, where it's like, is time travel allowed in Westeros or what? Can Bran just go back to the beginning of the series and talk to Ned and be like, "Hey, don't be the hand of the king because you're going to go down south, they're going to cut off your head, all the kids are going to go scatter all over Westeros and shit's going to go down." And then Doc shows up and is like, "Bran, you've got to come back to me. Back to the future." Time travel. I love it. But god damn it, it gets confusing. The one thing to really take away from the end of this episode is that Summer the direwolf dies, which is bullshit. Showrunners, why do you like killing direwolves? Anyway, it was another very interesting episode of Game of Thrones. Really sure I can say I enjoyed. I kind of have to wait and see where some of these things go. I kind of like how we didn't have a check-in with every single storyline. What did you guys think of this episode? Was the time travel thing confusing? What exactly is happening there? Please do me a big favor and hit the subscribe button right below here so you don't miss any new content coming to Entertainment with Faye channel, such as movie trailer trash. Friends Charlie and Bethany Duber, who have their own podcast that which you could subscribe to the audio version on iTunes, are jumping to a video podcast where they talk about trailers. Please check that out. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.